Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Quick one today. I'm in the kitchen. I've got family home for Christmas and no room for videoing. But we're going to do a stand-up video today. Haven't done a stand-up video in a while. So today we're looking at Isaac Asimov's I, Robot. Now, most people who have heard of I, Robot have heard of the Will Smith movie that came out, I don't know, what, 10 or so years ago. And just like with a lot of movies that originate from books, like when I did, for instance, World War Z a couple years ago, the book and the movie have very little in common. So same with this one here. I, Robot was written by Isaac Asimov as a series of 7 or 8 short stories. He began them back in the 40s, I believe, so 40s and 50s. It's a super cool, super interesting set of short stories that all revolve around the implications of the 3 laws of robotics. Okay, so the 3 laws of robotics, I'll put them on the screen here for y'all. A robot cannot hurt a human or refrain from helping prevent a human from being hurt. Robot cannot disobey orders from a human. Number 3, a robot has to preserve his own life when and if it doesn't interfere with laws 1 and 2. Okay, those sound like pretty good laws. If you wanted to make your own laws on robotics, it'd probably take you a bit of thinking. And that's basically what these short stories are about. Now, before I get sidetracked, I'll say that, and I'll put it on the screen here as well, Isaac Asimov wrote a whole bunch of stories about robots, and these were the first ones. And he wrote a series of novels afterwards. And I have every intention of reading them, you know, eventually, because I really enjoyed these ones. These were amazing. These were so much fun. Short stories that are thoughtful. I suppose the only thing you could say is they're science fiction. They're not high art in the sense of character development and stuff like that. As I said, although there's 7 or 8 stories, the same 3 characters, more or less, 3+ characters appear in most of the stories in one way or the other. The whole series is basically presented as a sort of interview of the one robotics doctor, and that's kind of the narrative framework that links all these stories together. And other than that, the scientist being interviewed, there's 2 other guys who are kind of the main characters in the short stories that are basically unconnected in the sense that the actions of one don't really depend on any of the others. What can I say? Okay, so don't confuse I, Robot with the movie, and don't confuse I, Robot with his robot novels. Okay? As far as I'm aware, the novels don't have anything directly to do with I, Robot short stories, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Other than that, this is the same author's science fiction imagination. So one of the first things you're going to notice is that, like, especially with the very first story that takes place on Mercury, is that Isaac Asimov's scientific knowledge is outdated. So in many ways it is outdated. Asimov has no idea what the climate on Mercury is. He gets it off by several hundred degrees Celsius. It's not a big deal because he's aware that it's a really hot planet and so on. So it doesn't really matter. And there's a few funny things that you can notice because Asimov has no idea how computer technology has advanced. He has no idea about sort of internet and all that stuff. But that's not really of fundamental importance. What is of fundamental importance is his idea of robot artificial intelligence. And as if you're a regular viewer of any of my videos, you know that I think the concept of AI is flawed, fundamentally, philosophically flawed. So look at some of my other videos if you want to know why, and I'll develop those ideas more in future videos. So other than that, we have really cool stories about how the implications of the 3 laws of robotics are unanticipated. So certain situations emerge where you can't exactly predict how a robot's going to react in following through these laws, in protecting human life or protecting their own life, in following orders. So Asimov looks at the three laws, and he looks at how they can result in unintended consequences. So long-standing implications of these stories. Again, I can't say the final word about Asimov on robots because I haven't read the novels yet, but in terms of the long-lasting thoughts or relevance of the stories is, for instance, seen in the title of the very last short story of the group, which I think is entitled something like The Inevitable Conflict. So what Asimov sees as the inevitable conflict is not, for instance, the inevitable conflict that's anticipated in the Terminator movies, for example, or in the Matrix movies, for example. But nevertheless, and in a way, Asimov's ideas are more believable, right, in that case. But I think what's fundamentally relevant, interesting, and true is that technology is a boon, but it's also very dangerous and will, in the end, fundamentally change us as human beings, okay? I highly recommend these short stories. Again, they're dated in some ways, but no part of their interest is lost because of the dating. So I highly recommend them. They're so much fun to read, quick read, fun read, and that's that. And that's the essence of a good story, isn't it? So I'll leave you with that, and thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Hope everyone has a good Christmas and good Christmas break and all that business. And thanks, guys.